The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Friday night, April 18th, will be an unforgettable milestone for the entire Forrester Spencer family as tragedy, hope, and breathtaking escapes intertwine like a dramatic symphony. Here's a breakdown of each episode's details, cause and effect analysis, and a look ahead to the shocks still hidden beneath the waves of the episode. The reluctant prisoner and his last-minute escape plan. From the opening scene, the camera pans across the neurosurgical recovery room. Liam lies helpless amid a pile of wires, the steady sound of the monitor hammering away at his patients. The desire to dance with Kelly lights up their tired eyes, but Dr. Grace Buckingham and Dr. Bridget Forrester firmly shake their heads. No tests show that he is fit to leave the hospital. The twin swords, Grace, Bridget, represent science, completely opposite to Liam's father's heart. Their constant emphasis on risk of bleeding, unlocated tumor, was a powerful push that turned Liam from a patient into a prisoner of his own body. Not accepting the verdict, Liam secretly assessed the escape environment: thin night shift hours, nurses changing shifts at 7 p.m., security cameras with blind spots when turning corners. In Grace's moment of inattention, he pulled out the 4-needle, hid the sensor wire under the sheet, and told himself Kelly only had one daughter dance in her life. I can't be absent. The white wall of the blouse. After struggling to keep Liam on the bed, Grace switched to an emotional tactic, telling the story of a patient who died because he left the hospital early. Bridget added a psychological blow. If you faint on the dance floor, Kelly will carry that memory for the rest of her life. But the image of Kelly in a purple flared dress crying because she was out of breath made Liam even more determined. Finally, he nodded, "I will be good," but his eyes glanced at the clock, revealing a silent oath. This is where the screenwriter sows the seeds of doubt. When the character gives in too easily, after a series of resistances, the audience knows for sure that the storm behind the scenes is brewing. Inoperable, invisible scythe. Back in Finn's office, Grace sighs. Multi-lobed tumor, located close to the artery. The survival rate is worse than 50%. Bridget, eyes red, blurts out, "Inoperable." The sentence falls like a death knell, dragging Finn into a mess of calculations: save a reckless father or take away the last moments of his family. Throwing out the term "inoperable tumor" immediately raises the stakes to the level of death. From here, any of Liam's reckless actions become playing with a knife next to a cliff. Empty hospital room. Dramatic traces of a blood transfusion. When the trio of doctors rush back to the hospital room, Liam's flat white sheet disappears. Only a light blood stain remained from the 4-needle lying on the floor, signaling that the patient had stood up on his own exhausted legs. Grace immediately alerted the security. Finn retrieved the camera. Bridget called out to Steffi with trembling hands, "If he comes to school, stop him. His heart could stop at any second." The empty bed moment was the climax, making viewers hold their breath, wondering how long Liam could hide, and would his foolish actions cost him his life before he could see his child? The sound of a broken crystal dream at the house on the cliff. Steffi brushes Kelly's hair, trying to create an exciting atmosphere. But when Kelly asks, "Did Dad text on the way?" Steffi chokes up. She chooses to be vague. "Daddy has an emergency. He might not make it." Despite trying to smile, Steffi can't hide the storm in her eyes. Kelly pursed her lips to hold back her tears, still whispers, "I trust you, Dad. You'll come." The words cut like a knife to Steffi. A child's trust is the most fragile thing, and she's afraid she's about to break that trust. Analysis. The screenwriter focuses the emotions on Kelly, letting the audience see the direct consequences of adult choices. A child's heart is a magnifying mirror of all the mistakes of parents. And the moment the door opens, each beat is interspersed with the sound of Steffi's pounding heart. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Kelly looks up, hope burning. Will Liam's figure, leaning on crutches, appear? Or is it just Finn gasping for breath, bearing the bad news that father and son are missing from the hospital? Heaven or hell? Liam appears. Kelly rushes into her father's arms, under the sparkling lights. The Disney theme plays, but on the first spin Liam staggers, clutching his chest. The flashbulbs turn into whirling fireflies. He collapses, Kelly screams. The prom turns into a mobile emergency room. The secret of the tumor is exposed to hundreds of parents, breaking down all barriers of secrecy. Kelly stands quietly in the corner, holding the glass slippers bought especially for father and daughter to walk. The headmaster invites her to the stage with a temporary escort, but Kelly shakes her head. Tears fall on her sparkling makeup face, and the final shot is Kelly's reflection in the mirror of a broken childhood. Regardless of the script, the crew sows extremely strong seeds of pain, ensuring the long-term storyline, Liam's guilt, Steffi's torment, and the moral debate about the right to life and happiness of terminally ill patients. From medical records to court, Grace and Bridget face the medical board for leaving a patient out of the hospital. The doctor who saved her life and her reluctant stepfather have to explain to Kelly. Steffi may sue the hospital, creating a legal conflict between Spencer and Forrester. Liam is stripped of his medical autonomy. If he stops his heart, the story turns into a father and son's last wish that will last for dozens of episodes. Conclusion: the Friday, April 18th episode of B&B is not just a story about a father escaping the hospital. It is a test of fire for all relationships revolving around Liam Spencer. As Steffi is forced to say words that break Kelly's heart and Liam races against the clock, we are witnessing the first dominoes falling, promising to plunge Los Angeles into a series of stormy days. Hold on tight to the remote, because the moment the dance floor lights up or is drowned in tears, the fate of the entire Spencer, Forrester, and Logan family will change forever. And as the second hand reaches its final stop, the only question left is Liam's love for his daughter stronger than the death sentence lurking in his chest? The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that a nightmare lurking behind the scenes of Forrester, Finnegan, has begun to rise, promising to cover the lavish Los Angeles with a mist of blood. The potential victim? None other than Poppy, a seemingly harmless woman who holds a series of secrets with terrible destructive power. Let's reconstruct the crime scene with full layers of motives, clues, and turns typical of the soap detective series. Poppy White Swan or a fuse waiting to explode? At first glance, Poppy is just a devoted single mother, always standing behind to cheer Luna on. However, the luggage she brought to the City of Angels was full of a troubled past, a debt of gratitude to Jack Finnegan, a secret connection with Bill Spencer, and most importantly, the illegal prescription that almost ruined Luna's future. Those secrets, once revealed, were enough to destroy Finn's medical career, burn Steffi's marital happiness, and drown Luna in a sea of inescapable prejudice. That made Poppy a fatal weakness that everyone wanted to eliminate. In the soap genre, the ideal victim often holds the key to destroying the entire character universe. Poppy fit the bill perfectly. She was at the intersection of the three Forrester, Spencer, and Finnegan families, so her death would certainly trigger a chain of conflicts. RJ, the lone wolf, reappears in the blood mist after Luna's wrong sleeping pill scandal. RJ has disappeared from Forrester fittings. Rumors suggest that he consulted a psychologist, but the results were not positive. The last time the audience saw RJ, he was trembling while holding the bottle of medicine Poppy prescribed for Luna, muttering she ruined her life. In addition, the once warm friendship with Zend is now cold as ice, making RJ even more isolated. Analysis. For the B&B whodunit motif, the person who evaporated, for a long time is suddenly mentioned as a red flag. RJ has both emotional and psychological motives. Even the fact that he is the golden boy makes the audience even more confused if he is singled out for murder. The fallen angel effect is very valuable. Deputy Sheriff Bradley, the king of arresting the wrong person, is about to take action. Veteran fans remember clearly. Whenever there is a murder in LA, Bradley almost certainly handcuffs the wrong person. From Vinny to Emma, his wrongful arrest record is as thick as the Forrester Spring design file. So when the white swan Poppy lies motionless by the Cliff House pool, it's no surprise that Bradley focuses all his attention on the most visible person, be it Sheila, Lee, or Finn. Meanwhile, the real culprit is leisurely erasing his tracks. Analysis. Bringing Bradley in early ensures that the audience doesn't believe the results of the initial investigation. This timeline paves the way for countless theories. Did RJ do it? Or did he just come to erase the evidence for his beloved Luna? Did Bill send someone to disable the camera? Potential consequences if RJ is imprisoned. Forrester Creations is in trouble. Young heir faces murder. Stocks plummet. Media surrounds. Brooke and Ridge fall into a parental crisis, tormented by not recognizing their son's mental instability sooner. The possibility of Brooke Ridge reuniting when they join forces to save their son. Luna is drowning in self-blame. If she hadn't made a mistake, RJ wouldn't have been exhausted. Will she reveal the secret to clear his name, even if it means sacrificing her reputation? Zend suddenly becomes Luna's temporary guardian, rekindling a thorny love triangle. Steffi and Finn grieve for Poppy while also fighting to protect Lee from the tense family suspicion, opening the door for Sheila to step in. Conclusion. B&B is setting up an Agatha Christie-style murder chessboard, where each chess piece has a dagger hidden in its back. Poppy may fall, but the aftershocks will spread throughout Los Angeles, causing a chain reaction of chemical reactions between the three great families. And if RJ, the seemingly innocent boy, is actually handcuffed, bold and beautiful will enter a dark era not seen since the Catalina port explosion. Hold on to the remote, because in this world, the truth is often revealed only behind the last mask, and the culprit may be the person you never suspected.
Oh.